Hi everybody. So you've seen a video where I described who I was when we were Faja's Kitchen. We've now done a name change, and I think I just want to update it so that you know who we are now. We are Kettle Kitchen. We did a name change for some different reasons. Some of you know, some of you don't, and I'm not going to go into a long detail about that. But we opted with the name change and went with Kettle Kitchen. I am a disabled person. I have been for a few years. I worked many years. My last job, I was a school bus driver and then had a back injury, and I am now on disability and have been for a little while. My wife works full-time. She's a home caregiver, and then we have two children, Jaden and Isaiah, and then we also live with my mother, Linda. We have one dog. Her name is Luna. Family pet, no question about that. And we live in a different situation than most homesteaders by definition. We actually rent the property we live at, and that has limited some of what we do. I would say this channel by definition is a cooking channel, or a channel where I cook, my wife cooks, or canning, because we're into preservation. And so we're moving into dehydration. We're just getting ready to start pressure cooking. And it's all about finding what works. And so we've adapted what we can do where we are. We don't have acreage. We don't, have a farm, anything like that. But it doesn't mean that we're unable to complete the same tasks to a degree. This year we're going to start going into gardening. As you look at the About section on our channel, we've been canning for a while, 4 or 5 years. My wife obviously did it with her mother when she was alive. And so we do have some experience. We do have recent experience. We've always water bath canned. Now we're moving into pressure canning. But where I was going with this is that we started out with canning, and then we were moving into gardening, growing our own food, and things just didn't work out. This year, actually, we're going to transition into doing that, as well as this year here shortly, which you'll see a video coming up pretty soon. I'm going to start pressure canning, so that's another thing we're going into. We're also going to move into dehydration and vacuum sealing. So we're moving into that realm. The key to this channel is I will walk you through how we cook certain things, whether that's a slow cooker on the stove, whether we can something, whether it's pressure can, water bath can, some gardening stuff when we get into that, at least our, where we're at and how it's working for us. But the primary goal is doing it safely, following guidelines, hopefully tested recipes. That is the better way to go, because then you know whether it works or doesn't work. And then we're also going to try to give you little tips and hints and things along the way. The tagline for our channel, which is Kettle's Kitchen, like I said, the first part of it is be smart. You have to be smart about what you're doing, because it's for the safety of you, it's the safety of your family, and the safety of any others that you provide any of those items to that could be consuming it. You want to make sure that you're being smart about it. The other part is think ahead. And in that part of the tagline, it's always looking forward. We base most of our food storage process off of basically a working pantry, a long-term pantry, which would be inclusive of a lot of those things, dehydration, canned goods, but it's also store-bought goods too. We always have a backup plan to our backup plan. So if something happens to our canned jars, we will have the backup in canned store-bought items. It also includes your freezer. It includes your refrigerator. It includes things that you buy possibly on a daily basis. All those things are inclusive to food storage, food preparation, and making sure that you have what you need on your shelves in case of whatever that might be. Then the next one is meal prep with ease, trying to show people that, at least from where we're at, you're able to cook a home cooked meal in a short amount of time, little effort, any one of those things, and being able to do it without having very much into it and still getting a good home cooked meal that's nutritious and your family will enjoy. And the last part of it is preserve. Keep doing it, because in the long run it's a benefit to you and your family. There's tons of different things, tons of recipes that have been tested. They're safe. The USDA guide to home canning and home preservation is a good book, and it's considered the Bible by a lot of home canners. Any of the printed ball books are a good resource, and standard is you don't want it to be more than 10 years old. So I mean, as long as, even if you get a recipe out of a book, say a ball book from 20 years ago, go and research it and look and see, does that still apply? Can those foods still be done and processed this way or that way? Always check your elevation, check your pressure, your PSI that you have the pressure can at. Is it safe to do it this way, safe to do it that way? And I think that you'll be very successful. So we're just inviting you to come along with us, come and enjoy our channel, and keep looking for content, because we're always putting it in there. Remember to share, like, subscribe, let your friends know, and we'll grow together. So come along, and thank you very much. We appreciate you stopping by.